Hey, here we go again. Let's see how to use MixIR 2 from Redwires. The best plugin I think is the best for using impulse responses for guitar. I have several guitar tracks and each track has its own distortion plugin. Then I send all those tracks to one group track with this plugin and it affects all guitars because it works in stereo. If you don't use impulse responses, it sounds like this. So we need to use an impulse response. So we load the one we want. I'm going to use one of the catharsis. They are very good and they are freeware. And let's hear this. And now it sounds awesome! You can use the also freeware Tone Vampire collection. Some of them sound great, some of them sound shit, but it's a great collection. MixIR 2 uses to include some impulse responses, the Marshall 1960A, which sounds great. But Redwires have also one pack which includes all those different cabinets. On each cabinet you can select the mic you want to use, and with each mic you can choose what position and what distance you want. So you have more than 60 possibilities with each mic. So in the name you can see if the mic is pointing to the cap or to the cone, if it's on or off axis, and you can select the distance from 0 to 12. You can select the distance between 0, 0.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 12 inches. So if I remember correctly, I think there were more than 200,000 IRs from cabinets, mics and positions. So first we select the cabinet, then the settings, frequency and beat, then we choose the mic and then the position. And the best of it is, I like this particular IR, but I also like this one because it gives me some frequencies I want. So I can mix both, I activate the second slot and it will sound like a mix of both. You can adjust the level of the mix. You can adjust as you want the level of each of the impulses. But there is more! You can mix up to 6 different impulse responses. You just add them to the slots and you can adjust the level of each one so you can find your own sound. Also, inside each slot you have lots of mini slots, but it's, well, with the 6 big slots is more than enough. If I like the mix I have done with all those IRs, what you can do is press options below and then you can export the mix. So instead of having lots of impulse responses and a different mix, you can just add this exported WAV, because impulse responses are WAV files, and it will sound like the mix you have done. And this IR can be used on any cabinet simulator. Now this IR is one I made for testing this exporting option, and beware, if you set it to 0, it will sound digital. You have to set it on from 1 to 100. And if you press this circle, it will change the routing of the signal, so it will modify the settings of the mix. So this option is a bit confusing for me, so I used to set it as you can see here, everything the same. So you can try this if you want to make a different mix or just trying things. That's a good idea, trying things is the best, always. but I don't like how it sounds when I click on this circle, so I always have it in this position, always straight. And that's all. I hope you liked this, and as always, see ya one more time.